Hello, everybody. Are you ready for WrestleMania 41? Yes, yes, yes. Well, before we can get to that WrestleMania, we've got some years to go through. In fact, we're going back. You see this right here? This was like the number one selling album of the year 1975, Elton John's greatest hits. Now, in 1975, there was no WWF. It used to be known as the WWF, the Worldwide Wrestling Federation, and at that time, the number one, the person that was the champion was Bruno San Martino. So it didn't become the WWF until 1979. So let's see what was happening in 1975, which was exactly 50 years ago. Well, we got let's see what kind of movies came out in 1975. Let's see, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. We got the Rocky Horror Picture Show, and I got somebody at the door. All right. Hey, what's up? How you doing? Good. All right. What's up? How you been? All right.
How's it going?
Good. Oh, what'd you do? Oops. No, you're standing right there.
Yeah, a month ago I broke 7 bones in my hand.
Oh my
I'll
God.
take the shoes off.
Who did you hit?
The metal plate in my house.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Out in the garage there.
You wasn't from punching anybody out or anything like that. All right.
No, I've been trying to give that part of myself up.
Okay. All right. That's good.
You already gone?
Yeah, I just started like 1 minute before you rang the doorbell.
Ah.
So I was starting to talk about 1975. Ooh. Okay. Why not?
It's 0.0. There's no alcohol.
Is it the twisty thing?
No, I got it though.
Okay. All right. Cool.
There you go. Yeah, Heineken did it right. You can't even tell the difference. It tastes like the real deal, even though there's no alcohol.
All right. Non-alcoholic, so I can drink this in my live stream. So I was starting to talk about 1975, back way before there was such a thing as the WWF. There was the WWF, and Bruno San Martino was the champion.
Yes.
He was a champion for a long time. All right. Suspected spam. Love when I get calls like that. Suspected spam. They don't leave me alone.
Okay.
Oh, good.
So,
She's
Okay.
good. I came here to look for paper cups that David just made.
I don't know about you guys, but I love lollipops. They're
yeah,
like
no,
my
she's
favorite
actually
candy in the
working.
entire world. Like, I love
Here you go.
love
All
lollipops.
right, thank you.
Yeah.
I love Push Pops.
Right next to us.
Whoever created Push Pops,
Yeah, she's
much
there-
love
she's
to
there
you.
right now.
Um,
She's working at the PX as well.
I also really love Crunch Bars. They are like my Roman Empire. Like, I've always loved Crunch Bars growing up. And I also really like hot fries, you know, because they're like spicy. Well, they're not spicy. Like, they're spicy if you can't handle it. But I love hot
That's
fries.
good.
They are so delish. And lastly,
We got some free
orange
advertising.
soda.
Here,
I
guess.
love orange soda. It's so good. A lot of people that I know, they don't like orange soda, and it's like, are you crazy? But yeah, that's what I got. That's a little like food haul that I have. So I'll be snacking.
The only thing
Okay.
better than orange soda is grape soda.
All right, so we got the Bud Files is here saying hi, hello, peoples, and AutoCAD y Política por Leonardo Lopez. Thank you, thanks, bro. And it said nice.
Very
Okay.
good.
All right,
Very
so
good.
let's see, what are we talking about? We're 1975.
Yes. I'm gonna pull
we
it
were-
back here next
We
to
were
you.
5 years old in 1975, and here are some of the things that were popular in that year.
Oh boy. Okay.
So I'm just going to do this real quick. I'm not even going to do the normal. Okay, yeah. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest,
Yes.
Rocky Horror Picture Show,
Yes.
of course, the number one movie of the year, Jaws.
For quite some time, in fact.
Welcome Back, Kotter,
Oh my goodness.
started in 1975. Mr. Kotter, Mr. Kotter. The Who's Tommy. You ever seen this
I
one?
don't think I saw that one.
By the Who.
Oh no, I didn't.
Oh, it's just such a trippy movie, but I love it. All right, what else we got? Let's see. Here's some music. Willie Nelson came out with his Red-Headed Stranger, 1975.
Nice.
Bruce Springsteen, Born to Run.
Very good. Yeah.
Elton John, Captain Fantastic and the Brown Dirt Cowboy.
What was one of the hits on that one?
Let's see. Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds and Philadelphia Freedom.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right.
Led Zeppelin, Physical
Yes.
Graffiti. Can't forget Cashmere.
No.
That's probably
Zeppelin's
one of their
always
best
classic.
songs. Kiss Live
Absolutely.
or Kiss Alive.
Alive.
Okay. Patti Smith had an album called Horses. Parliament, the Mothership Connection,
Nice.
because the P-Funk wants to get funked up. F-U-N-K.
Yes.
Theater.
Not to be confused with the
Make-
other.
Make sure I'm not swearing right there.
Yes.
So you see that. Okay. Number one best-selling album of the year, Elton John's Greatest Hits. Now we're getting into the vinyl albums here.
Hey, there you go. The vinyl's the good stuff.
Ooh, Elton John.
Bob Dylan's Blood on the Tracks.
Yes.
Also had the vinyl album, this, Patti Smith, Horses. Neil Young, Tonight's the Night.
Ooh, that was quite the song back in the day.
Bob Dylan and the Band with the Basement Tapes.
Very good. Very good.
Of course, I've got Bruce Springsteen, Born to Run. And, how did this get in there? This is 1965.
It's all right.
Not very many people I have that are on here go back that far. But, okay, so there's 1975.
Yes.
Okay, let me go put these away, and I'll be right back, and we're going to switch rooms.
So, crazy question while you do that.
Okay.
What about the movie Billy Jack? Because I remember during the 70s, that was huge. That was Tom Laughlin back in the day. Billy Jack.
The Legend of Billy Jack, One Tin Soldier Rides Away.
Yes.
Okay. What about it?
Well, because you did movies too.
Oh,
So I was asking, do you know what year that dropped? Because that was,
I'm thinking like
That was-
1973 or something.
Okay.
Like that.
yeah, it's probably like 72, 73.
I know it was
think, too.
early 70s.
Yeah. Yeah. But that was iconic back
Yeah.
in the day. I mean, that really molded a lot of how I felt as far as principles and right and wrongs growing up after watching that.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, that's one of those movies I may have to go watch again, or I'm not even sure if I've watched it the whole thing for the first time. So
All right.
I may have to go do some research there.
We're going to shift to the other one now?
Yeah, we are.
All right.
We were about ready to move to 1985.
Ooh,
We've
85.
gone through a quick preview of some 1975. We're going to 1985.
Wow. Okay.
I don't even know what you guys are talking about because I wasn't even born in any of these eras. I'm a 2008 baby, so.
Yeah, but your dad was. Right here. I was 15 at that time, 1985.
Can you guys believe it? He's 55 this May, and he's so jacked. That's my dad.
All right. Let's go, Jack Dad. Talking about Billy Jack.
Yeah.
Okay. So now let's see. We're going to do this from a different table. We got two chairs.
All right.
Okay, we got.
That one was yours.
Okay.
We'll set that over here. That one here. I want to bring the rest of those with me.
All right, who's ready to? Are you ready to talk about 1985? Yes.
Hey.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Oh, that
Okay.
just, that just gave me a flashback from another movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I think it was, what was it? Porky's? Lassie?
Oh. Oh
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So 1985. Now we are talking about 1985.
All right.
Now 1985. Want me to get you another? You got it? Okay.
All right.
All right. So 1985. It was the very first WrestleMania.
Yes.
Very first WrestleMania, and it had people like. Wait, hold on. I actually have some figures here. I guess I'll talk WrestleMania. You know what?
Was Hulk Hogan there then?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that was. Okay, we're going to talk about movies first from 1985. Let's
All
see
right.
how many of these we've watched here. Of course, we got the Terminator.
Terminator. Loved
Terminator.
it. Great movie.
Back to the Future.
Another great movie. I like 1 and 3 though the best.
The Breakfast Club.
Breakfast Club, classic.
The Goonies,
Goonies, another good childhood classic.
Rocky 4.
My absolute favorite Rocky of them all.
Wow. It's so funny. It's like, I think it's my son's least favorite. But then again, he doesn't understand the whole Cold War thing. He wasn't around when that. I was watching a movie with him just recently that, there's a movie. Do I have it here? Val Kilmer's very first movie was a movie called Top Secret.
Okay.
And where he played like an Elvis Presley type character, but it's a comedy.
Uh-huh.
But it took place, early 80s. So a lot of it had to do with a lot of Cold War jokes that people that weren't around that time probably wouldn't understand.
Yes.
So I had to try to explain the Cold War to him a little bit since he wouldn't, that wasn't his thing, Okay,
Yeah.
So we got Beverly Hills Cop.
Another great one.
Okay.
Axel Foley.
We got, you ever heard of this one called Brazil?
No, I don't know that one.
I think it's one of the guys from Monty Python. Terry Gilliam from Monty Python directed that one. Gremlins.
Oh my
Can't be
gosh.
Gremlins.
I just had my daughter watch that a while back. She knows Gremlins.
Yeah.
I love Gremlins. I love Stripe. Stripe is the favorite.
Oh, you never. Yeah, Stripes is awesome. Okay. All right. What do we got? We got a Coen brother movie called Blood Simple.
Nope.
You ever
don't know
seen that one? Okay. You know the Coen brothers, Fargo, No Country for Old Men.
Yes.
Okay. This is like one of their first movies. That's from 1985.
All right.
Vision Quest.
Vision Quest was excellent.
Okay.
Very good movie.
I love that one. I was a wrestler in high school, so that was like,
Yeah.
yeah, you can feel that.
You were a
Footloose.
wrestler?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Back when I used to weigh about 105 pounds.
I bet you were really good though too.
Oh, yeah. I was. Footloose.
Footloose, another classic.
Ghostbusters. Got Ghostbusters here.
Oh, that's 1 and 2 on that one.
The Karate Kid.
Oh yeah, that's the
I
original.
love
Original.
Karate Kid.
That's the original.
The original
The
Karate
original.
Kid. Yep. And then Rambo.
Yes.
Whee!
And
Okay.
I just have to tell you, David,
Uh-huh.
they drew first blood. Just had to put it out there. Okay.
Okay. All right. Music. All right, let's talk about music. Okay. You ever heard of the Replacements?
No.
Okay, they had an album called Tim. Okay, if you don't know. Okay, LL Cool
Oh,
J's
yeah,
very
Radio.
first album, Radio, came out in
I
1985.
love LL Cool
I
J.
can't live without my radio. Bruce Springsteen, Born in the USA.
Yes.
It came out in 1984, but it also went to number one in 1985.
Awesome.
Prince, Purple Rain,
Purple Rain.
number one in 85. Run DMC, King of Rock.
Yes.
There is none higher. Sucker MCs can call me sire. To burn my kingdom, you must use fire.
And I won't stop rocking
Till I retire.
There you go.
Now, I'm only retired from the military, so anyway, I was retired in life. All right. And of course, since it's 1985, we got vinyl.
Oh.
I've got vinyl. Okay,
There's
what
a
do we
lot
got?
of vinyl.
Yeah. Every single Invincible by Pat Benatar. You remember that song?
I do remember that. That was
Okay.
a good song.
Tina Turner, We Don't Need Another Hero from Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome.
Yep.
I believe this was 1985.
That was probably
Yep,
pretty
it says
close.
1985. Okay.
All right.
All right. Back to the Future.
Yes.
Okay. REO Speedwagon.
Oh my God, one of my absolute favorites.
It's time for me to fly.
You got it.
Oh, okay. This one had Can't Fight This Feeling and
Mhm.
One Lonely Night. I Don't Want to Know.
Yes.
Okay. Madonna.
Oh.
Like a Virgin.
Wow.
For the very first time.
I'm not going to kid you, David. I remember back when MTV was MTV and they did music videos.
Yes.
The first time they aired her video for Like a Virgin, she came out in that wedding dress. Do you remember
Mhm.
that?
Oh, yeah. And the awards show.
And I sat in front of the TV, I kid you not, with my mouth open the whole time. I just couldn't take my eyes off of the picture. I was like, wow.
There we
Isn't she
go.
the one that has that Madonna's Immaculate Collection?
Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
Where she misuses the word. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Immaculate means clean.
Okay. All right. Purple Rain. We got Born in the USA.
Yeah.
Lisa and the Cult Jam.
Oh, man, I remember them.
This album came out towards the end of 1985. I Wonder If I'd Take You Home. And my all-time favorite by her was All Cried Out.
Yes, that was a very
Love
good
that
one.
song. Can You Feel the Beat?
Yep, those were all good.
Whitney Houston's debut album came out in 1985. That one with How Will I Know?
Yes.
Children of the Future, or Greatest Love of All, and let's see, what do we got? Take Good Care of My Heart. You Give Good Love.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the ones that always confused me what she was actually singing about, called Saving All My Love for You.
Yes.
See, when I was a kid, I wouldn't have thought about it this way. But listening to the lyrics, it sounds like she's actually cheating on a married man.
You think so?
Yeah, she's talking about, I know you got your family and they need you there.
Well, yeah.
And to me, I mean, it could be some guy that, is really attached to his like paternal family or whatever.
Yeah.
But to me, it sounds like you've got your family, they need you there, so I'm saving all my love for you.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean,
But,
we don't know enough of the storyline there. I mean, the guy could have been saying, I'm going to leave my family. And they had a romance, and she's saying, well, if you make that decision, I'm saving my love for you.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Could be like one of those Romeo and Juliet things.
No doubt.
Vision Quest again. Journey, Only the Young.
Oh,
John
my
Waite's
goodness.
Change. Madonna. This is the one album that had Crazy for You on it.
Oh, that was one of my favorites.
Yeah. Dio, Hungry for Heaven.
I still love that Crazy for You.
Mick Jagger.
Oh, my
She's the
goodness.
boss. Isn't that true when you're married? She's the boss. Okay, but it had Just Another Night, Lucky in Love. Okay. The White Knight soundtrack, which had the song Separate Lives with Phil Collins.
Yes.
Okay. We have Roger Daltrey, lead
Okay.
singer of The Who,
Yeah,
had
The
a
Who.
debut album, or had a single album, After the Fire. Under the Raging Moon, but a song goes After the Fire, Fire Still Burns. Cheap Trick.
Oh, my goodness.
Cheap Trick had a album called Standing on the Edge, which the big song on here was Tonight It's You.
Wow. Okay.
Tonight It's You. Okay. Bryan Adams, Run to You. Oh, I mean, it's called Reckless.
Reckless.
Is the name of the album. I mean, Run to You was one of the songs. Like almost every song on this one was a hit.
Oh, yeah.
One Night Love Affair, Run to You, Heaven, Somebody, Summer of '69,
Yep.
Kids Want to Rock, It's Only Love.
Yes.
Okay. Twisted Sister.
Twisted Sister.
Twisted Sister, Come Out and Play.
Yes.
They had their version of Leader of the Pack.
Oh, yeah.
They did a version of Leader of the Pack.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Because so did UTFO. I don't know if you remember that or not. UTFO, the rap group.
group?
Yeah,
They did a
that's
version of
actually
that?
yeah, Leader of the Pack. I think
Okay.
I actually have it on my phone. Yeah.
Whoa, okay. All right, Talking Heads have this album called Little Creatures. This had songs like And She Was and Road to Nowhere. We're on a road to nowhere.
Wow. Okay.
Dire Straits, Brothers in Arms.
There it is.
This had So Far Away, Money for Nothing, and The Chicks for Free.
Oh yeah.
Walk of Life. Okay. You know this guy? Robert Palmer.
Robert Palmer.
Robert Palmer had his Riptide album with songs like Hyperactive, Addicted to Love.
That's probably I think
Addicted to Love was the one
he's
that was
probably
on
the
this
biggest
one.
one people would know.
Yep. And so,
Now wasn't that Cheap Trick you had back there a little bit in there? Didn't they also have that song I Want You to Want Me?
yeah, that was
Right.
them, but that was like from 1978 when that came out.
Ah,
Yeah, just like this song Surrender.
yes.
Mommy's all right, Daddy's all right. They just seem a little weird.
Yeah.
Surrender, but don't give yourself away.
Yes.
Okay.
Man, I remember you jamming to those back in the day.
Yes, yes. Okay. And before we get into wrestling, you know what? I probably don't need to do charts. I probably don't need to talk about it. I think that's probably good enough. Okay. So there's your preview of 1985 outside of wrestling. But then we have
Oh, here it comes.
WrestleMania. And who was the main star of WrestleMania? This guy right here, Hulk Hogan. Okay, and here's a little Hulk Hogan. Let's see. Can you see that? Little Hulk Hogan right there.
Not to be confused with the Lou Ferrigno Hulk.
Yeah, definitely different. There's Mean Gene Okerlund.
Ooh, Mean Gene.
Let me tell you something, Mean Gene. Okay, so WrestleMania 1, 1985, first WrestleMania had Mean Gene Okerlund, Tito Santana,
Wow.
King Kong Bundy, Jimmy Hart, Ricky Steamboat, Brutus Beefcake, the Junkyard Dog,
Wow.
Greg the Hammer Valentine, Andre the Giant, Big John Studd. And this one actually, Bruno Sammartino and his son David, his career didn't really go anywhere, but Bruno Sammartino, who was the champion in 1975, was part of this WrestleMania. He didn't actually wrestle except for the very end when there were shenanigans and he got involved to save his son or whatever. But
Yeah.
and then we got Bobby the Brain Heenan,
Of course.
Wendy Richter with Cyndi Lauper,
Yeah.
Leilani Kai, and then the final match of the evening had Hulk Hogan and this guy from Rocky 3, Mr. T, against Rowdy Roddy Piper and Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff,
Oh my goodness.
with Cowboy Bob Orton in their corner.
Rowdy Roddy Piper was
Rowdy
always one of
Roddy
my
Piper.
absolute favorites.
Yes.
Remember I was at Piper's Corner or something like
Piper's
that?
Pit.
Piper's Pit.
Piper's Pit.
That's what
yeah.
it was.
Yeah. All right. So there we got our 1985. Let me see. I actually wrote down like the names of all these people that were involved in these different years. Let's see.
I can't believe George the Animal Steel wasn't in there.
Not in WrestleMania.
Wow. For
Yeah.
some reason I thought he was in there.
He was all over the place, but yeah.
His
Not at
Junkyard
that-
Dog, you know?
Yeah, he was one of my favorites.
Wow.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
wait a minute now. Just really quick. When did Jimmy Superfly Snuka stop?
When did he stop?
Yeah.
I don't know when he.
Because I know he was there
stopped.
70s, early 80s, and we're doing 85.
Yeah, he was in WrestleMania 1, but he didn't actually wrestle. I mean, he was there as an enforcer about how Hogan and them just in case.
Yes.
And of course there were shenanigans. That's why you had people like Cowboy Bob Orton with the cast on.
Oh, yeah.
Over here doing that stuff and accidentally hitting the wrong person. So Hogan and Mr. T won because of that. Okay, there we go. There's your 1985. Okay, what do y'all think? What do you think? 1985.
So far, so good.
Where's Ben
Okay.
at?
Ben is sleeping. In fact, hi, everybody. Okay. So cute. Have fun. Why, thank you. Wait, am I so cute? Or should I have her come over here? Is she so cute? Who's so cute? Me? Okay, thank you. All right. Anyway, I'm going to go knock on Ben's door because we're getting ready to talk about 1995. And 1995 is the year that my son, Ben Whipple, was born.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so.
Well, do you have anything else you want to say, hon? We've got a moment by ourselves over here if you'd like to address the audience here.
I'm gonna show Rigo what being live is like.
All right, so go ahead.
What do I talk about?
Whatever you'd like. Should we talk about how you told me that you're so proud of me for drinking 0.0 beer?
0.0.
No alcohol at all, but it tastes like real beer.
Yes, actually, so there's actually beers out there that are 0.0 alcohol free. So to those who are struggling with addiction, I promise you it is not like a bad move to go non-alcoholic because it literally tastes the exact same. It's not a shame. It's nothing bad. You don't have to be ashamed of anything. You don't got to satisfy anybody but yourself, because if you're trying to make all these people around you happy, you'll never be able to make yourself happy because you're trying to satisfy everyone but yourself. So
Yes.
you need to love yourself, because in the real world, the truest love that you got is the love that you give to yourself. So always make sure that you love yourself more than anything before you love anybody else, really.
Words of wisdom from my little princess.
Yeah. She has such long hair. Look at all that.
Oh yes, the braids. These are bohemian braids.
Okay. How long did it take to do?
3 hours.
3 hours. Okay.
Yeah.
Man.
All right, I think
That's cool.
David's ready, hon.
All right.
Thank you.
Since I don't know if Ben's actually going to wake up or not, we'll go ahead and start talking about 1995 while we're waiting on him. Okay, let's talk about the movies of 1995. And all I have to show are the ones that I have a copy of. I know there's so many more movies out there, but all right, here we go. Lion King.
Yes.
Gotta have Lion King.
Excellent movie.
Apollo 13.
Mm,
Remember that one?
I do.
Okay.
I do. I wasn't a huge fan, but it wasn't a bad movie.
Okay. You ever heard of Circle of Friends?
No.
Okay. This one had who was in it? Oh wow. Yeah, what's his name? Minnie Driver, Chris O'Donnell.
Wow. Okay.
Okay. Babe.
Wow. Okay.
Babe the pig.
Wasn't that kind of like a remake of Charlotte's Web?
No, it's the only thing similar was it was a pig.
Okay.
All right. Pocahontas.
Hey, that's what I call my wife.
Ah, that's right. That is her nickname. All right, Pocahontas.
Yes, indeed.
And a movie called To Die For with Nicole Kidman.
Yes, I remember that one.
All right. Batman Forever
No.
with Jim Carrey and what's his name? Chris O'Donnell was in this one too.
Oh,
and Tommy Lee Jones is Two-Face.
Uh,
That one's a bad one, but it's not as bad as the one that came after it, though.
is that the one where Arnold was
Arnold
Mr.
as
Freeze?
Mr. Freeze?
Yeah.
And I love Arnold, but
yeah, I do
it was
too.
just-
But
yeah. 1995, we also saw Braveheart come out.
Braveheart, Mel Gibson,
The Usual Suspects.
Usual Suspects, very good.
Die Hard with a Vengeance,
Hey, there
which
it
was
is.
actually the top-selling movie
Did
of
somebody say
1995.
Die Hard?
Yes, but this is with a vengeance.
With a Vengeance.
Oh.
This is the third one. And if anybody ever seen this one or remembers this one, the beginning, with considering how sensitive people are now, a lot of people couldn't handle the beginning because there's at the beginning, right when he met Samuel L. Jackson, the person that's the terrorist had made him go. I can't even say what was on. He had a sign. He had to wear on the streets in a predominantly black neighborhood saying,
Yes.
"I hate," and it starts with an N.
Yes.
And yeah. So if you can get past that part, it's just yeah.
Well,
Okay.
there are a
So
lot of other really good parts, though.
yeah. Oh yeah. Especially early Samuel
Let's see
Jackson.
here really quick.
Because this was the year that Samuel Jackson also was in. It's like, say what? Say what again? What is that movie?
Oh, what's Pulp Fiction?
Pulp Fiction, yeah. That's the year that Samuel Jackson was in Pulp Fiction.
Yes.
Okay, Schindler's List, I think actually came out in 1994, but it won like movie of the year or something like that. So I'm
Okay.
still including that. Reality Bites.
I don't
You
remember,
remember that one? Ben Stiller, Winona Ryder, Ethan Hawke.
You lost me at Ben Stiller. That's why. Okay.
Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump. That made quite an impact.
Yeah.
That was a big movie.
True Lies.
Yes. Was Jamie Lee Curtis in that one with him, right? With
Yes.
his wife?
Yep. Jamie Lee Curtis, his wife Helen. Yep.
Mm. She was very, very sexy in that one.
Oh yeah. And then Four Weddings and a Funeral. You ever seen this one with what's his name?
I don't think so.
Oh my God, what is his name? This guy, Hugh Grant.
Hugh Grant. Wasn't
Hugh
he
Grant
married to Elizabeth
Annie
Hurley?
McDowell.
He was married to Elizabeth Hurley.
I
believe.
think he might have been. Yeah. So that's movies that I have from 1995.
All right.
And we've got music.
Music.
I don't actually have any vinyl albums from 1995.
Okay.
I guess at that time, maybe they just kind of stopped making them for a while.
Well, they did start phasing out the vinyl and going more to CD at that time.
Okay, so I'm just gonna. This is no particular order. This is just what I grabbed. So we're gonna start off with Tupac, "Me Against the World."
My absolute favorite to this day.
Yep, the song "Dear Mama," which is like most people, that's like their big one right there that really got people into Tupac.
See that on Tupac?
I love Tupac. Tupac is my Roman Empire. I have his face all over my room. I love him. He was my first celebrity crush. I love Tupac Shakur. Oh my gosh. Nobody in this world will ever understand how much I love Tupac. And this guy is
Aw.
obsessed with him too.
Okay, all right.
Thank you, hon.
Bruce Springsteen's greatest hits.
Bruce Springsteen.
Garth Brooks' greatest hits.
Wasn't Bruce Springsteen on fire at that time?
On Fire.
Yeah. Remember he's like, oh, I'm on fire.
That was actually way back in 1985 with Born in the USA.
Oh, okay. But if it's on the greatest hits, right?
They didn't actually include that particular song.
Oh, how
on
can they
there.
leave that one out? It was so good.
I mean, they only have like 3 songs from the album, and almost every song on that album is like a classic.
Look
So
at that. All
it
right.
can only fit so much. Just like they only have 1 song from Darkness on the Edge of Town, and
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So, okay. Garth Brooks, greatest hits. Okay. TLC, Crazy Sexy Cool.
Still a fan of that.
The one where you learn how to creep with the red light special, but don't go chasing waterfalls.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Red Light Special is still one of my favorites.
The soundtrack to the movie Dead Man Walking. Bruce Springsteen, Johnny Cash. It's good. All right. Mariah Carey had an album. This is her greatest hits, but she had, I can't remember what album it had. I think it had the song Fantasy and that song One Sweet Day with her and Boyz II Men.
Yes.
It was on that album. Okay. Oh yeah, we're talking about 1995. Just in case you forget what year this is. Okay. Filter. Hey man, nice shot. Remember that one?
I don't.
That's why I say, hey man, nice shot. Okay. All right. Smashing Pumpkins, Melancholy, and the Infinite Sadness.
Smashing Pumpkins, they definitely had their time.
Yeah, this one had Bullet with Butterfly Wings, where anybody who ever feels like they, in spite of your rage, you're still just a rat in the cage. Well, you have them to think about for having a song that you can equate with that. So,
Very true.
Alice in Chains had an album called Alice in Chains.
Yeah. Plain and simple.
Yeah. Let's see. U2, how to dismantle an atomic bomb. I thought it said how to make an atomic
Ooh,
bomb.
yeah.
How to dismantle an atomic bomb. Okay. Foo Fighters' debut album came out in
Fighters.
1995.
All right.
Yep. They had This Is a Call. I'll Stick Around, and Big Me to talk about it.
Nice. Nice. Very good.
Bjork.
Oh, I know. I don't
Bjork
think I ever got into that
had a 1995 album with Army of Me and It's Oh So Quiet. If you ever seen that video, it's very interesting. I like it.
Okay.
Alanis Morissette.
Ooh, classic.
Yeah, Alanis Morissette.
She was
Matthew Sweet.
Alanis Morissette was on fire when she came out.
Oh yeah, that
I mean, it
first
was like
album.
almost every song on that
Mhm.
first album. I mean, it was one after another were huge hits.
Yep. All I Really Want, You Ought to Know,
Yes.
Hand in My Pocket,
Yes.
Right Through You, You Learn, Head Over Feet,
Yes.
Ironic, all that. Yeah.
I still jam that ironic because I feel like that's really still pertaining to my life these days.
Now, isn't that ironic?
It is ironic. And
Don't you
Alanis
think?
Morissette told me.
Yeah. All right. Anybody heard of Matthew Sweet? He had an album that came out in 1995. And the main thing that was some special to me about this album is that it has a song called Super Baby.
Ah,
And he may be singing about his girlfriend and calling her baby. But my son Ben, who, even though I knocked on the door, he's probably still sleeping, he asked me to wake him up. But anyway, he was born March 1st, 1995. He was born premature, so he didn't come from home from the hospital for almost 2 months. But Ben was my super baby. Super baby. So that's what I associate with. Radiohead had an album called The Bends. It had The Bends, High and Dry, Fake Plastic Trees.
you don't ever really want the Bends.
No, but you want this album, especially if you like rock and roll, because this is like their most rock and roll album. And after that, they got a little bit more electronica, which isn't to say that the stuff they had after this was bad, because Oh Computer was definitely a classic album, but this is their last really, really rock and roll album. Okay. Ever heard of Tricky? It's kind of like a early British rapper named Tricky. He was part of I can't remember the name of the group he was before this, but This is one of his albums.
You can go Run DMC with that. It's tricky.
To rock a rhyme, this right on time. It's tricky. All right, Pulp Fiction's great.
Yeah.
Pulp Fiction's greatest hits. Pulp Fiction soundtrack. This had what was in here that was Jungle Boogie, Let's Stay Together. I mean, yeah, like the old songs or whatever. And then you have Urge Overkill singing Girl, You'll Be a Woman Soon. The Statler Brothers with Flowers on the Wall. Mountain flowers on the wall. Doesn't bother me at all.
That's all I can still hear right now. Those that Jungle Boogie. Jungle Boogie.
Yep. And then Oasis. What's the Story? Morning Glory.
Okay.
Okay, this one had, of course, had that song, but the big song, Wonderwall. My Wonderwall. Yep. So that came out in 1995. And then I've got cassette singles. Anybody remember cassette singles?
Yeah.
Okay, I got Stevie Wonder with a song called Tomorrow Robins Will Sing.
Okay.
Okay. I got Old Dirty B with Brooklyn Zoo, although I also really love the song Shimmy Shimmy Ya. Tina Turner had a song. Why can't I read it? Why must we wait until tonight? I can't remember that one, but I know I have it. Brandy. This is another song I associate with my son Ben. It's a song called Baby. And this actually was the very first song when we picked up my son from the hospital to bring him home with us. This is the very first song I played in the car. So whether or not he has any memory of it or not, this is the first song he ever heard.
Right.
Unless they played music in the hospital. But it's the first song he ever heard that we played for him.
All right.
Baby. Because he was the baby. Okay. And then what movie was this from? This is from, anyway, this is a group called Isaac to Isaac, songs called Old School. And I think the movie was called the Show. There was a movie called The Show. It was like a rap show called The Show.
Also a Dougie Fresh hit.
Yeah, well, way before, yeah. Okay, Brandy. Sitting up in my room. This is on the Waiting to Exhale soundtrack.
Yes. That
And
was
then-
pretty big at the time, too.
Hootie and the Blowfish.
Ooh, love Hootie.
This particular song is Hold My Hand.
Yes. I
All
was
right.
just listening to the greatest hits the other day in my car.
And since we're, you know what? Let's do this here.
And Darius Rucker,
Who's
the
country singer now? Yeah.
doing country now. One of his more popular hits right now at this moment, Wagon Wheel. I hear it all the time.
Okay. So we haven't. This is my first live stream since of this year.
Wow. So the one at what, Christmas? Or
Was
was
it
it Thanksgiving? I think it was
Might have been
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving,
Yeah,
I
I think it was
think, yeah.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I don't do live streams too often anymore.
Wow.
Okay, so in January of 1995, number one album was Garth Brooks' The Hits.
Mm-hmm.
It had Boyz II Men on Bended Knee
Oh, yeah.
and TLC Creep as the number one songs.
Mm.
Then came along February. You have Garth Brooks' The Hits
Okay.
and Van Halen with Balance.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, then number one songs, you had TLC with Creep and Madonna with Take a Bow.
Wow. That was actually a number one?
Yeah,
Wow. I don't remember that.
actually, that was number one for a long time. All right,
Really?
then we come to March when my son Ben was born. And what was popular when my son Ben was born? You had Garth Brooks' The Hits,
Okay.
once again, Boyz II Men 2,
Hmm.
and Bruce Springsteen's Greatest Hits. And plus, at the very end of the month, you had Tupac Against the World coming out. Number one songs, you had Madonna, Take a Bow, and oh yeah, that's it for. I almost
All right.
went into 2005. Okay, April 1995.
Mm.
Tupac, Me Against the World,
Yes.
and the Lion King soundtrack.
Yes.
And then you got number one songs, Madonna, Take a Bow, and Montel Jordan, This is How We Do It.
This is how we do it.
Now, can you guess what the biggest selling album of the whole year, 1995, would have been?
I'm gonna stick with my boy Tupac.
No, it was actually Hootie and the Blowfish with Crack
wow.
Rear View was the best-selling album of 1995.
Well, I hear now say that's bogus, and it should have been.
Should have been Tupac.
Okay.
All right. And the top-selling song of 1995. Can you guess what that might be? And I actually have the cassette single for this, but I can't find it.
Can you tell me who it was by, and I'll see if I can guess the song.
It's by a rapper.
Okay.
And it's on a soundtrack.
Okay.
And he on this song he covers basically an old Stevie Wonder song.
Ooh.
It's Coolio with Gangsta's Paradise.
Oh, really? Wow. Okay.
Been spending most our lives living in a gangster's paradise, which is based on a Stevie Wonder song called Pastime Paradise,
Yeah.
which Weird Al Yankovic turned into Amish Paradise. And I guess Coolio didn't like that idea, but it happened.
Coolio reminded me that if you fool around too much, then you and your homies might be lying in chalk.
Lying in chalk.
So,
Yes.
yeah, we gotta watch that.
Okay. All right, but that's the music. What happened in WrestleMania 11?
Ooh.
Okay, let me gather all these people that I have separated.
We were just talking about WrestleMania 1. Now we're on 11.
Yeah, 10 years, 85 to 95. Okay. All right. So I got.
Oh my God, is that Shawn Michaels?
Yeah.
That
Okay.
is my favorite.
So here we go. WrestleMania 11 in 1995. You had Davey Boy Smith, who used to be known as the
British
Bulldog, and Lex Luger.
Yes.
You had Razor Ramon and the 1-2-3 Kid versus Jeff Jarrett and the Roadie. Do you know who the Roadie was?
Hey, Chico.
No, the Roadie was he was one of the guys.
No, that was Razor
ended
Ramon.
up in DX.
Yeah, that was
The
Razor
Road Dogg.
Ramon. I loved how he'd take his toothpick out and fling it at his opponent and the hey, Chico.
Hey, Chico. All right. You also had the Undertaker in 1995. You had actually it was Undertaker versus King Kong Bundy.
Mm.
You had Ted DiBiase, the Smoking Guns, which was Billy. Also had Billy Gunn in, who also was later on to be part of DX.
Was Ted DiBiase the $1 billion man? At
Billion
that time?
Dollar Man Ted DiBiase.
Okay,
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Owen Hart,
Yeah.
Yokozuna, and then this guy right here, this little guy right here. Can you see him? Bret the Hitman Hart. Yep. That was when Bret the Hitman Hart was the champion at the time. He lost to Yokozuna. No, never mind.
Do you know why?
I'm back in 1993
Do you
now.
know why
This has
Bret the Hitman Hart was the champion at the time?
Actually, no. He wasn't champion in 1995, but he was in 93.
Okay, but do you know why he was?
Because Hogan wasn't there?
No, because Bret Hart is the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be.
Okay. All right. So you had Bret Hart, Roddy Piper, Rowdy Piper.
Yes.
Bob Backlund.
Oh my goodness, he was doing the chicken wing back then.
And then even though this match right here wasn't the main event, it probably should have been, but they said at the time in 1995, Vince McMahon was enamored with celebrities. So I'll explain that match later on. But for the championship, the champion at the time, was Shawn Michaels the champion, or was I think Diesel?
I think Diesel was
the champion, and it was versus Shawn Michaels, and it also had Pamela Anderson and what was the other girl's name with the blonde? Well, they both had blonde hair, but anyway, yeah, it had Pamela Anderson involved in it, kind of, and Shawn Michaels, as much as he tried, Diesel still won. So that was your second to main event.
Shawn Michaels is still my favorite.
All right. But the main event was Bam Bam Bigelow versus football legend Lawrence Taylor.
Wow, okay.
And it had a bunch of, famous football people at the time and Lawrence Taylor's corner, and then Bam Bam Bigelow had people like King Kong Bundy in his corner, and Lawrence Taylor won.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
And Bam Bam was consistent, because if I remember correctly, he wore the black one-piece outfit where it had the fire on it, and he even had the fire tattoos on his head.
The fire tattoos,
Right?
yeah, yep.
So he was consistent. That dude was on fire, literally.
All right, that might be the last time we see Diesel. Nope, never mind. It's not. Okay, now I got to get this organized again. Look at the little Shawn Michaels, huh? And I got the bigger Shawn Michaels there.
Hey.
Okay, so let me get ready for 2005. Let me see what I got here.
All right.
Undertaker. Undertaker's part of 2005. Shawn Michaels again. Stone Cold Batista. Okay, here we go. All right. These guys I can keep right here. They'll show up later. You go put these guys over here.
It's always interesting when David asked me to come over. He says, "Hey, I'm going to do a live cast. You mind coming by?" And I say, "Sure," because I remember so much of this stuff with him.
Yep.
It's just so crazy, though, to think looking back all these years and that we're actually at the age we are right now.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
It's amazing that all these years have gone by. It's just like, you remember like 40 years ago, like it was not very long ago. In 1995, it's like yesterday.
Yes. Oh, my goodness. I mean, you talk about retiring from the military, which we both did, but man, it seems like just yesterday I enlisted, and I remember going through so many horrible hardships, and now it's over and it feels like it was gone in an instant.
Yeah.
But it didn't feel that way at the time.
Okay.
It definitely did not.
All right. Luckily with this, I have a lot of movies from 2005 also. Are we ready for 2005?
Give me just a second.
Okay.
All right, I'll be right back.
Where's Ben? Let me go knock on Ben's door too. Benjamin Owen. You still sleeping? Hey, you want me to wake you up? Benjamin. Benjamin, the cats. He's knocked out. You want to try to wake him up? Oh boy. Benjamin Owen. Whenever you're ready, Ben, we're going to include you in this next one. We'll talk about 2005. Give me a couple seconds to wake up. All right. What time is it? It's almost 1 o'clock. Okay, not bad. All right, how's everybody doing? I'm wearing glasses. I still can't read this. What's up? How you doing? All right. And for all of you who are going to watch later, that's cool too. All right. So we have covered 1975, 1985, 1995, and we're about ready to go up to the year 2005. And this is the year that my son Ben turned 10 years old. So a lot of the stuff he's familiar with. You ready for 2005? Yes, yes, yes. Okay, good. While I'm waiting, I might as well get the rest of these wrestlers up here, huh? I got more figures here.
He's getting up.
Yes, okay. All right.
Go ahead and say hello to the viewers. We were expecting you.
It is the year 2005. We have been here. He turned 10 years old that year. So we know some of this stuff. Why does it feel hot in here? Somebody turned. What do we got? Oh, still 72. Just me. Okay. Or maybe I should close this door. All right. It's on the phone. It's like I almost don't want to start without him, though. I wonder how many of these movies you might have seen. But then again, you know so much stuff from even before you were born that you never know. All right.
Okay, yeah, we can go over them.
All right, well, let's do this. Okay. So we're in the year 2005, which was 20 years ago. All right, what do we got? We got Batman Begins. Why are you hiding over there? We can't see you. All right. Batman Begins. Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. Those are both Ben's movies, so he knows a lot about that. The Wedding Crashers.
I've seen that one. That's
Wedding
awesome.
Crashers,
5-star
okay.
clinger.
All right. Star Wars Revenge of the Sith. Which so many people say is the best of the first trilogy. You agree, Ben? Okay. Chronicles of Narnia, Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe. History of Violence.
I remember that one. That was a good one.
Walk the Line, the Johnny Cash story.
Didn't he do all the actual singing in that?
I think he actually did, yeah.
I think so.
Yep. King Kong, the one with Jack Black in it.
Yeah. So
Yep.
not the original Jessica Lange.
Huh?
The original King Kong, Jessica Lange.
I don't think she was in this, was she?
No, that's what I'm saying. The original.
Well, actually, that wasn't even the original. You're talking about like 1973.
Yeah.
There was a King Kong before that,
Really?
no black and white King Kong.
I thought that was the first one.
No, the one that goes way back even before that. The Corpse's Bride.
I love Corpse Bride.
Corpse
It's awesome.
Bride.
Tim Burton.
Yes.
I love it.
Okay. Kung Fu Hustle. I love this movie.
That is something, that movie.
Yeah. All right. Movie called Crash. Won for Oscar for Movie of the Year.
For good reason.
Yeah. And then we've got War of the Worlds with Tom Cruise. Ben's shaking his head. He's not a big Tom Cruise fan. Okay.
I'm really not either.
All right. All right. Then we got my music collection has gotten a lot lower compared to 1985 and 1995. I only have a few CDs to share. So got Bruce Springsteen's Devils and Dust. Destiny's Child had a number one album with something, I can't remember what it was. They were, okay, 50 Cent.
Mm-hmm.
Eminem's Encore.
Yep.
Ben doesn't like that. That's like one of Eminem's weakest albums. Kanye West, not the college dropout. What is this one? Late Registration. This is his second album. And Mariah Carey with The Emancipation of Mimi.
Heart eyes. She is fine.
So there we go. So let's see. Let's go. Want to know what was number one? Okay. Year that Ben turned 10. All right. 2005. We have January 2005. We had Tupac with Loyal to the Game. You have Eminem with Encore. And Green Day with American Idiot.
He's done for like 10 years.
I don't know, when did Tupac die?
It
was like 96, right?
1996.
Yeah. So 9 years.
Yeah, September 13th.
Yes, and the funny thing about Tupac is that he was born 1 day, 1 year, and 1 month after my dad. His birthday is June 16, 1971. That's Tupac's birthday.
Wow.
Facts.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. All right. Number one song, Mario, Let Me Love You. You should let me love you. Let me be the one to. Yeah, very good. Awesome. All right. Then we go to February. Green Day, American Idiot. The Game documentary. You remember the rapper The Game?
Yes.
Okay. Kenny Chesney, Be As You Are, songs from the old blue chair. And Three Doors Down with 17 Days. And then the number one song, Mario, You Should Let Me Love You. Let me be the one to. There we go. I got backup. All right. March, we have Three Doors Down, 17 Days. Ray Charles, Genius Loves Company.
Okay.
Omarion, remember Omarion?
I do.
Yeah, what was the name of the group that he was in before he went solo?
I don't remember the group before.
Okay. And then we have, I remember when we were doing live streams before, and I was talking about, wow, this would have been like not 1993, 2023, when we were doing live streams before, and I was talking about 50 Cent's first album, and you're talking like The Massacre, but this came out in 2005. So in March of 2005, The Massacre by 50 Cent. Why did I almost say LL Cool J? I'm getting old. Okay, this went to number one. And then, but what was the number one song? Other than Let Me Love You? Let Me Be the One. Okay, all right. And what's Candy Shop?
Yeah.
Let me take you to the candy shop.
It's
So all I got, Lollipop.
Yep.
Unless you
Can't
like
say
the
that
lollipop.
So that was the number one song. Then we got April, which is the month of April now.
Get a taste of what I got.
Okay, 50 Cent Massacre, number one album. And then Emancipation of Mimi went to number one at the end of April. And what was on this one? We Belong Together and Shake It Off. Yeah, those are like the two classic songs. I mean, most of the songs on here are really good, but We Belong Together is definitely the one. All right. And then what was the number one song? Candy Shop.
Yes.
Something about lollipops. Okay.
But 50 Cent, even though he was pretty good solo, I really liked him more when he went to G Unit.
Well, he was with the G Unit before he went solo.
Well, that's what I mean.
Or
Even though
at
he's
the
good
same
solo, I liked him more when he was with G Unit.
Yeah, he
Okay.
does sound better with
With Tony
G-Unit.
Yayo and
Mhm.
who else was in G Unit?
Oh my goodness.
Lloyd Banks.
Yeah,
Yes.
Lloyd Banks. Because he's gone solo too.
Yeah.
Lloyd Banks. He's still making stuff solo right now.
All right. So here I'm going to test your thought process here. Okay, the year 2005. What do you think might have been the best-selling album of the year 2005?
Boy, oh boy.
Out of the options,
Is it one of the ones we've listed here?
It is actually one of the ones we listed. Yeah.
is there a right or wrong answer?
No, there's only one best-selling
'cause
album.
I'm kind of with you. I'm debating between Mariah Carey and 50 Cent there.
It is 50 Cent The Massacre was the best-selling album of 2005. And let's see if you can guess what the number one selling song of 2005 might have been. You've actually mentioned this one too.
Mariah?
Mockingbird by Eminem?
Did you say
No.
Candy Shop already?
I did say Candy Shop already.
Mariah Carey?
Which one?
We
We Belong Together. Yep, that was the best-selling song of 2005. All right.
You know, that's not curtain call.
What? No, Mockingbird was on his encore album. Yeah. Evil Deeds, like Toy Soldiers, Just Lose It.
Yeah, 16 is Mockingbird.
And what year is this one now?
This actually came out at the end of 2004, but it was also number one in 2005.
So is that the one where he had When I'm Gone on it?
When I'm Gone. That was probably on his greatest hits album.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
curtain
Yeah.
call.
Okay. And then for those of you who don't know, with Kanye West Late Registration, it had what was the one where he did the Ray Charles one? I got a woman way uptown. But what's the one that? What am I talking about? Gold Digger.
Oh,
Yeah,
Oh,
Gold
yeah.
Digger
yeah,
was
that's-
on at this
yeah.
one. Yeah. All right. Who's ready for some wrestling?
I ain't saying she a gold digger.
She
Ain't messing with
No.
no rope.
Broke.
Get down, girl. Go ahead,
the-
get down.
The edited version of it, he says broke. So obviously we're not going to say any. Okay, So when Ben turned 10 years old, we had WrestleMania 21.
Mm.
And in that battle royal at WrestleMania 21, we had Booker T. We had Paul London, Spike Dudley, Basham Brothers, Scotty 2 Hottie, Hardcore Holly, Charlie Haas, Billy Kidman, William Regal, Tajiri, the Hurricane, Chris Masters, Rhino, and Val Venus. Hello, ladies.
Oh yeah.
All right, then you had Rey Mysterio. Here's this Rey Mysterio. Also like that Rey Mysterio. I got two versions of Rey Mysterio here. Versus Eddie Guerrero.
Mm.
You had JBL versus, can you see him?
No.
John Cena. JBL versus John Cena. You can see him now. All right. You had Triple H, Ric Flair, Chris Jericho, Chris Benoit, Shelton. What's his last name? Benjamin. Yes, Benjamin. Shelton Benjamin. All right. He's one of my favorites. Not only because of his last name being Benjamin's first name, but you have Edge, you have Kane, you have Christian, you have Undertaker versus Randy Orton and Trish Stratus, Christy Hemme, Lita, Shawn Michaels versus Kurt Angle. Surprised I don't have any Kurt Angle stuff. Roddy Piper talked to. Where'd my Stone Cold go? Where's Stone Cold? Oh, here's Stone Cold. I knocked him over earlier. All right, Stone Cold was in it. He didn't wrestle though. He did give somebody a stunner though. And then Carlito, Aki Bono versus The Big Show, and then the final match, Batista. Where he is? Batista versus Triple H, and Batista became the world champion. So there you go. There's your 2005. Huh?
Years ago.
Yeah, it was 20 years ago. Batista is world champion.
Do you want to sit over on this side?
He doesn't really want to be on the video. He's kind of shy like that.
Oh,
All right. So there we go. 20 years ago, 2005. That's what was going on. All right. Now let me get ready for 2015.
uh-oh.
Randy Orton Randy Orton goes to 2015.
I was in Korea until
2015.
September I was here.
Yeah, 2015. I was at Fort Knox, Kentucky.
Ooh.
Where'd my Randy Orton go? Oh, there he is. Okay, I'll keep him right there. Everybody else, it goes away. All right. Yeah. All right. Say goodbye to all these guys because I don't know if we're going to see them again, but not in 2015.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Some of them we'll see again in 2025, though. But we're talking about that later. Bye, Benjamin. Bye, Benjamin. There's Benjamin right there. There's Benjamin, and where's Benjamin? They look so much alike. All right. Bye, Benjamin. Bye, Ben. Okay. All right. That's my boy right there. Oh, wait. Yeah. All right. Oh, yeah. There we go. All right. Let's get ready for 2015.
So much for not wanting to be on the film.
All right. We can save these wrestlers for later. Okay, 2015. Ben turned 20 years old.
The stacks just keep going.
Yeah, my musical and video stacks just keep getting less. When was she born?
2008.
Okay, so she was alive in 2015. So she would have been 7 years old
Mm-hmm.
when we're talking about this year, 2015. And from what I have, this is all I got from, movies first. Okay, Star Wars The Force Awakens came out when she was 7 years old and he was 20.
One that is tolerable.
Yeah. You have Kendrick Lamar, To Pimp a Butterfly.
That's crazy.
Taylor Swift, 1989. And Adele with Adele 25. That's one that had hello on it. Okay. All right,
See,
so-
the important thing, it's not open, so we haven't listened to it.
I've listened to it, just not that particular.
I'm with you. I'm not a fan
Copy
of
of
her
the
at all.
CD.
Never have been.
All right, 2015. She was 7. He turned 20. Okay.
Yeah.
So
All that, I think.
let's see. We'll start with January. Let's see what was number 1 in January 2015. Well, Taylor Swift, 1989.
Mm.
You had Megan Trainor,